in America, in Los Angeles. I'm doing a show called Belly Laughs with Hassan Minaj, Kumail Nanjiani, Margaret Cho, Bobby Lee, Joel Kim Booster, Sherry Cola, Asaf Ali, Andrea Jin, Jason Cheney, some other guy that I don't want to even say, but lay music right now, right? Joe Wong, everybody. Dude, it's going to be a gigantic Asian festival of laughs and, you know what I mean?
What time?
Yeah.
What
It's going to be July 13th is the show that I'm on, right? July 13th?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. July 12th is going to be pretty good.
Fun.
But the 13th?
Yeah.
My God. Hey, the one I'm on? Yeah, it's a big thing. And there's a lot of people on it, and it's going to be great. So
Go buy your tickets and go see The Slep King on the 13th. Also, guys, we're doing a giveaway, so head over to our social media to see if you can win a pair of tickets to the show.
how did you? How old are you? Oh, well, guys.
You can get into I hate that. First question, before we go, just so, in case you do die, how old are you? Just before
Well,
we get going.
53
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Oh, you are?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm older than you.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm gonna die too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we all.
Like soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know
I
how.
just did a. Are we started? No, I know. I didn't know if we started because I was going to start going to some stories.
What?
I was just going to start telling shit.
Yeah. You want to use your headphones?
I
or
didn't.
no?
Oh yeah. Let's do
It's
that.
right
I've
there.
never been on one of these.
Is that too loud for you, Scott?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
Okay. I think this
Right
is
on.
too loud, maybe.
No, I like it.
Scott Thompson here in my house. It's a miracle. It's a miracle.
Does everybody get that intro or me? Am I really a miracle?
You're a miracle.
Okay.
Dude, are
So
you-
everybody gets the same.
You're not a
intro, right? I'm I'm a miracle.
let me ask you something. Are you a f***ing miracle, man?
Yeah, man.
Exactly. You're one of a
I
kind.
didn't even see you there, by the way.
Yeah. Well, Mexicans are sneaky.
Thank God he's.
And he's wearing a because of the deer. That shirt, that's a really
I like
good
it.
joke.
Yeah, the Florida thing, you know.
I even missed the joke. That's how
It's
good.
like a camouflage condom. You don't see them coming.
Yeah. Do you still wear condoms or no?
No.
You don't.
No, I'm old now, so you know.
Wait,
you think about it. You watch people. But
Scott, you dude.
yeah, no,
Machine.
I am a machine.
Anyway,
I mean, you can sense it when I walked in. The whole crew's like, this guy is a machine.
Yeah.
Take my hat off.
Yeah,
Make
go-
sure my wig stays on straight.
Well,
Hey, I didn't know you had a hat on.
I didn't know how to hat on, right? I used to do
That's a
the
good
show.
joke.
Well, I used to do that show. I'd walk in, they said, you guys, I was on an airplane, they said, you got to take your hat, with the security, you got to take your hat off. I said, I don't have a hat on. I didn't want my stupid I don't have a hat on.
Did he laugh?
Oh, yeah, I always laugh. I said,
Yeah.
I do that.
yeah. Who came up with? Listen. I'm going to say something. I'm going to ask.
Wait, we forgot to intro him.
I will in a second, man.
Let him run his show.
Yeah, exactly. The new Mission Impossible, the credits don't come, like the opening credits came later in the
Right.
There's a cold open, yeah.
It was
Right.
a cold open.
It's a cold open, then you say, I like it.
Did you see it?
No, I've not seen it
Oh.
yet, but yeah, I do want to see it.
Well, I mean, we have an argument here. I thought it was a perfect movie.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it.
It's so good, but this Christian goes like,
I don't know, too much violence
or whatever. You know?
Henry Cavill, the best one.
Yeah. Oh my.
All
God.
out.
Yeah. The Philip Seymour Hoffman was good.
That was the best. That was second. That was first best.
Then why'd you say?
I forgot about the Philip. He was the best villain.
Yeah.
He's the best villain.
Think it through.
Okay, fine. 1 and 2.
Okay, good. Did you see all of the Mission Impossibles?
Yeah, I think 12 or 13 of them. whatever it was,
Yeah.
There's been a lot of them.
Hey, there's been a lot. Yeah.
Rockies, a lot of
Yeah, I'm glad it's done though.
Is it? Did they finally?
Well, I hope. When I saw him at the end live. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Oh yeah.
Spoiler alert. But I was like, please don't come back.
Yeah,
Ethan.
yeah.
I was kind of hoping he died.
I die at the end of my show every night, and people always think he's this is it. He's
Yeah.
coming back, and
Yeah.
I come back, but he died horribly. Like, The worst show ever.
Yeah.
But I'm not dead. I'm back.
There's no way you bomb still.
No, I mean, I've had shows where comics where you just walk away thinking, oh man, there is such a thing as a bad crowd. I mean, or a bad energy in the room. Not necessarily the crowd, but you can go out and do a show, the same boom, and it just doesn't take off.
I do it.
Right. So I'm saying,
I
know what I'm
do it,
talking
man.
about. Then there's nights like last night was magical. They were laughing at setups. They were laughing, so you walk off like, well, okay.
Yeah, and I hate comics that go, well, it's you.
Well,
Where I'm like, no, it's not. This is a crowd.
yeah, it's never me. No,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
That was George Carlin gave me some great. It was in a brilliant.
Oh, here we go. This is the knowledge here, dog.
So cool. So
Who's George Carlin?
He right. I gotta know your audience. Yeah.
So what do you say?
No, I've got to know him over the years, and it was just my mentor and one of those guys that just like wow, which is weird. You think of Carrot Top, you don't think George Carlin being a mentor, but that was his stuff is so observational and smart. But I had come to the side of the show. He had just finished, walked off, and I'm standing there, and he's like, he had just a horrible show, and he looked right at me. He's, how much of this shit you see? I said, most of it. It was great. And he's like, it was fucking shit. And he said, fuck that. Well, he ended the show by saying, like, if you ever come to Vegas again, you and don't come and see me. Told him that.
Wow.
Right? So then I knew when he walked off, like, he's just, is that his funny way of, hey, you guys? But no, he was pissed.
Wow.
And then he looked right at me. He says, he said, when do you start? And I started the next night. I said, I tomorrow. He said, how many shows do you do? I said, I do one every night, and on Saturday we do two. And he says, why the fuck do you do 2 shows on Saturday? And I was just being funny. I said, my manager has a car payment, just something to get him laugh.
Yeah.
Then he's like, no, why the fuck do you do 2? I said, I don't know. It's kind of nice because if I fuck up one and then I get a second shot at it.
Sure.
They got right in my face like this close, and he says, never fucking give the audience the upper hand. They get your shit, they get your shit. They don't get your dildo strapped to a walker. Them. And I even knew one of my jokes specifically. I'm like, hit the dick on the walker. Wow. And so it was like insane that George Carlin not only knew me, but he knew my bit.
Wow.
And what a bit to pick. The walker with a dildo strapped to it.
I love that bit, man.
Thank you.
I've always wanted to that walker. Have you ever seen that bit where you want to it? Am I swearing too much? Too sexual, right?
Too sexual.
I'll step back. You know how YouTube goes.
Yeah, well, no, I started talking about dildos. And
Well, but I said fuck. Yeah.
You're
You can't even
you're
do
worse.
bestiality is a big red flag, right?
Do you talk about that often?
Christian is-
Yeah, you
No,
can
but I want to.
Oh,
just
okay.
don't say the F word. You can say
yeah. Or it's another one. Oh yeah. Anyway, a lot of anyway.
a lot of comedy.
Carrot Top, everybody.
Hey,
Carrot Top. Carrot Top.
I have to share with you only because it's on my brain for a second when you said what you can do and get away with, like the F word or what you're saying. I did the Tonight Show many times. One of the times, the best part for me was.
I want to interrupt you for a second. I remember I was in high school.
Yeah.
And I saw you on Leno, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was because I did it years later, but toward the end of his reign. But it really was. I laughed so fucking hard. I had never seen anything like it. Now, when I started doing stand up, you would run into Harry Basil.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, and these types of guys that do similar, not similar even. It's just that type.
Visual.
Yeah, visual. Yeah, comedy in that
Right,
way.
sure.
And obviously, I think that he was before you, but I thought you were so funny, and you crushed.
Oh, thanks.
You were a crusher.
It was a fun, that's what Jay would always say, because Jay would get grief from a lot of comics. Say, why do you always have Carrot Top with the film? And he would say, he always comes to the goods, it's comedy. So I had this one in particular, just never in my life will forget this as a comic. I go home and I have to do the rehearsal for the people that check what do they call that?
Sound?
The approve the jokes. Like it's like not checks and balances.
I hate that.
Not checks and balances, but that other thing.
Yeah.
And so she sits with a clipboard and she would determine what I could get away with, what I can't do.
Yeah.
And she would always just like after my rehearsal, she'd say, you can't do the gay mouse trap or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. The best one is I had a closer and it was like closing bit, and it was a podium for Bill Clinton, and it was a podium and it had all this foot pedals and buzzers, and I'd be like, I did not have sex.
Yeah.
And the buzzer would go, and I'd say, but I did not, bing, ding, right?
Yeah.
And the last punchline, the big cum shot, would be the Monica Lewinsky's head would come up under the thing. So I'm going, I did not have, and all of a sudden the head would come, and so visually just boom, right? And then I say, not now, and I finish the thing. So everyone's dying. The whole studio audience. This is gonna be. I see her walking over. She goes, "You can't do that." And she goes, "Okay, now I said, "Oh God, not the podium." She goes, "You can do the podium.
Yeah.
You just can't. You can't put your hand on her head." So I said,
Well, how else are you gonna do it?
well, I said the same thing. I said, that's the joke, is not now. And she said, you can't. I said, I went to the prop guys. I said, could you make my foot pedal, make it like bring one where it brings it down? Now, you tape this thing at 4 p.m. We're going at 5. There's no time for these guys to make it. So I just said, okay, we're on live. It's at the moment. I do the joke. Head pops up. The crowd's going nuts. And I said, not now. And I just used my elbow. She didn't say elbow. She just said, don't use your hands.
Smart, dude.
Yeah, well, smart. And then I got just reprimanded after the show for that. But she's like, you're so smart. You're so... And I told you not to use your hand. I said, I used my elbow. I didn't use my hand.
Yeah, wow.
But I had to have the ending.
So I had a bit on... So I did one Tonight Show on Leno. And I have this bit about... I think my roommate's gay. Every time I come home, he always wants to wrestle. You know what I mean? Let's wrestle, right? And then like my roommate jumps on top of me, but I use the stool as me, and I'm my roommate.
Right.
And he gets on, and he kind of like at the end does a little pump,
Nice.
right? And they go, "You can't do the pump,"
Yeah, and that's the whole... Right.
but I did the pump,
Yeah.
and nothing happened. No one said anything.
Oh, good.
Yeah. You just have to do it.
Yeah. Do it live!
Yeah. You get a Bill O'Reilly.
Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Just fucking do it live!
Yeah. And in my mind, I'm like, because I have to show every muscle, especially
I know, it's
my
great.
my thrust.
The rants, yes. The rants are always the best, aren't they? Like Casey Kasem, my God.
Oh, right.
How great is that?
Yeah, it's great.
We're gonna do this.
You must thrust hard, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did that. I did a joke. Me? Yes.
Yeah. I mean, because you're
not on NBC.
Yeah, but you're so built.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah,
That's all my hate mail. I'm carrying all my hate mail.
Yeah. Now, because I get a lot, and what do you read comments or no?
No.
Either. But is that something that you have to discipline yourself? Because I have to discipline myself.
Yeah.
Don't read it. Don't read it.
No, I don't read it.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Did you used to read it?
I think no, because we didn't have all that social media when I was starting, so there was.
So
you just hear it after the show in the hallway. That fucking guy sucked. So that would be the same as reading an Instagram.
The worst is when they go up to your fucking feature and they go, "You're better than that."
Yeah. You blew the guy away.
Yeah. He had the prime spot.
He had the Why did you go last? He's.
I know. Imagine if you had to. Oh yeah. Well, he'll headline next show.
Yeah.
Right. And then how is he gonna fare? Bomb. Okay. I hate it. What, John? You know what I mean? You don't even know that position. It's so humiliating when they go up to your feature who does 10 minutes, the prime spot, right? No one knows them, so you could just go pop, 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 right? And it's like we have to pace ourselves.
Yeah.
Right? The expectations.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That happens to me a lot.
Yeah.
I do 10 minutes on the shows and...
No, that's...
See, they call that a spot, right? As we call them a spot.
Yeah, we call them a spot.
So when I just did a show the other night. No, I was that guy, but I have that...
You were never that guy.
Yes, I was.
When? In the 70s?
In the
Like, what are you
40s,
talking about?
in the 70s.
They-
And I would do spots, and I would bring in. I used to literally like I'd call it a little guest set. I'd bring in like a little trunk, and
You must have been
I would
so
yell that
hard
in the
to follow.
hallway. People were like, "Get your shit out of the hallway!" But I remember one time last week, I was in the middle of my crowd, and I go into the crowd, and I give out shots of Crown, and I just fuck with the crowd a little bit. And this guy's he's just so like sitting there. He's like, "Dude, good spot tonight," and I just lost my mind. I'm like. Right in front of the crowd, I'm like, nice spot. I said, it's a fucking hour and a half show. It's not a fucking spot. Hey, good set. It's not a fucking set. I was just, I mean, for days, I'm still talking about it.
In your mind. Yeah. You didn't say that to him.
My crew is like, what's wrong with you? You said to call it a fucking set. It's not a set. It's an hour and a half show. It takes. Nice. Hey,
Nice spot.
Nice spot.
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
spot.
Yeah. F off.
Yeah. Off.
Yeah. Or when they go, you're pretty funny.
Yeah. Or
Just don't say anything.
Yeah, or you do, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we get them all, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I never wanted to come. Tell them, honey. We didn't want to come to the show. She fucking hates you, in fact. But we went to the show tonight. We had such a great time. Like, oh, that's good. Then so it turned out okay. Yeah, but we didn't want it, and they'll say it again. No, but we hated you. We've always hated you.
Really?
But now, and I'll go. But now we're good.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, no, your show is actually pretty good. I'm like, well, actually pretty good. Okay, I'll take actually.
Yeah. It just. I
Funnier
hate,
than we thought it was going to be.
yeah. Do you hate? Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Do you hate elitism in comedy?
Elitism? Elitism?
did I
No,
stutter?
you said it right. I just it's
yeah.
a big word for Carrot Top.
Yeah.
No, I mean you mean like just in
But
general.
there's
like
smuggy. You like
well, that's-
smuggy comedians?
We called them. I'm trying to think back in my day. We'd call them like too hip for the room guys. So I wouldn't be playing in a club where they had my notes on a stool because I didn't do that.
Right.
So I would just I always went for the masses. I was playing colleges.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
So I never had
Like you too. You're you too.
I'm well.
Yeah. I'm like I'm a local band. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
No, it was just I was just did my thing. I didn't really go and do like I still would do topical. I still do topical stuff, but I didn't do it in
See your
sense of-
nails.
I didn't
I
see
get
it.
my nails too.
Oh, look at that. Oh,
Okay.
let's see your. Oh wait, look, our toes are. Look, my toes are colored too. Look, fuck, we're the same.
Let's
Let's
bond
see.
them
Let's
out.
see. Yeah,
Wow.
I think
Let's blur this
think
out.
they're- I think.
People got to pay money for this.
Oh, they're like purple and pink.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Fuck. We might get something
This
free
is
out
a
of this
dream.
thing.
Yeah.
Grown man with nails.
Yeah, people. That we get
Wait,
that
wait,
too.
wait,
Why
wait,
are you
wait,
going
wait,
to
hold
your
on.
name? What's that? Wait, yeah.
Yeah,
Wait, wait. Yeah, come back again.
Yeah,
with the-
what the you say, motherfucker? What'd you say, motherfucker?
I said I never seen grown men with painted nails.
Well, now
Really?
you
Okay.
now you
Now I
have.
have
Yeah.
too.
Me,
Two grown men. Yeah.
Carrot Top, Bert Kreischer, we all do it.
Yeah.
You know what I
You're
mean?
Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal does it, dude.
Is that like part of the elite?
Oh, that's elitism in comedy.
It costs $20.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. I can get you one tonight.
No, I'm good.
All right. Why you never get your feet or hands done?
Part of my hands, but not my feet.
How about your balls waxed? I'm just asking.
Yeah,
'cause I think
your
it's a
balls aren't masked?
No, it's a package
Masked?
deal.
Yeah. Are you shaved or not shaved on there?
Me?
Yeah.
Completely no hair.
Okay, I'll show you.
Okay.
Great.
God, yeah. Same. Yeah, okay.
What do we do?
What is this?
And weird thing is, I looked twice. I looked and I said, okay, and then I looked again. I'm like, why am I looking twice?
Yeah. I shave my butthole, everything.
Yeah. I have people shave mine. I don't shave.
Really? Is it a dwarf or?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're the best at it.
Yeah, they're already down there.
Either already. I know.
Not now.
But, what?
Not now.
Okay.
Oh, not now.
Oh, you're
He's
doing
calling back.
call back?
Call back
From
to
that.
Monica.
That callback was weird. yeah. Because it was an elbow thing.
Okay, but he did it with the hand too.
I understand that, but maybe the elbow would have worked better, right? Anyway, let's just move on from that.
And do you work out?
DraftKings Casino! Join the fun on DraftKings Casino, ranked the #1 online casino experience. They've got everything you've been searching for, guys. Thousands of exciting games, huge jackpots, exclusive offers, and more. New players get a 10-day welcome offer, 500 spins on Huff and more Puff when you play just $5 to start.
Download the DraftKings Casino app, sign up with the code TigerBelly, and spin your favorite slots. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER, and Connecticut help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus, physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, only void in Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Non-withdrawable casino spins issued as 50 spins per day for 10 days, valid for featured game only, and expire each day after 24 hours. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends 8/24/25 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. #1 based on Eilers and Krychek 2H24 product analysis.
Helix for your sleep. Helix for your sleep. Helix for your sleep. You guys, I have 3 mattresses in my house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do. I don't like your condescending voice, dude. I have 3 mattresses at my house, and they're the best mattresses on planet Earth. I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because when I have guests over and I have people spend the night, and I have people over at my house, right? I want them to sleep on a cloud,
Yeah.
like in heaven. When you die in heaven, I believe that you sleep on a Helix mattress when you die and you go to heaven.
Wow.
All right.
Do you think you're going to heaven?
Yeah. What? That was, I take offense to that. Helix helps with snoring. If you have back pain,
Oh, yeah.
sleep apnea, sleeping through the night, sleeping too hot. They have all kinds of mattresses to address all those issues. Okay, so Helix, you fill out sometimes a quiz, right, and sometimes if they suggest the right mattress for you. Okay.
Go to helixsleep.com/belly for the 4th of July sale, best of web offer. 27% off site-wide exclusive for listeners of TigerBelly. Once again, that's helixsleep.com/belly for 4th of July sale, best of web offer. 27% off site-wide exclusive for listeners of TigerBelly.
Make sure you enter our show name after checkout so they know we sent you. helixsleep.com/belly.
Okay, but he did it with the hand too.
I understand that, but maybe the elbow would have worked better, right? Anyway, let's just move on from that.
So do you work out?
Do I work out?
Yeah, like
No,
Look at him, dude!
No, I got punched really hard, and it's swelling. I got stung by a bee right here.
Yeah.
No,
Whoa.
I work out, but not as much as I used to. I still lift a little just to stay in shape. You know,
Yeah.
you got to be in shape
Because you used to be skinny, but now you're buffed out.
I'm still skinny. I weigh 156 pounds. So I mean, I'm not. Yeah, I'm skinnier than people think.
Yeah. You're 150.
They
How
always
tall
think
are you?
I'm 6'5".
Yeah. See, here's the thing.
You always do
He
that.
weighs how I weigh, but he's much taller. So I'm still fat then.
Yeah. See, I always do that when I go to doctors. Ever since I was a kid, they
Yeah.
ask you the clipboard. She'd say, "How tall are you?" And I'd say 6'5". And she goes, "How much do you weigh?" And I say 220. And she goes, 220. And how does it? Well, you're not 6'5". What the fuck? I'm like, what? She goes, "You're not two. What do you?"
Yeah.
Great
Is that
thing
your
to do
sock?
when you're a kid.
Is that your sock?
That's my sock.
Put your sock back on.
I know. Well, I was going to take. It would kill time to.
No. We edit it out. But put your sock back.
I'll remember it.
Okay.
I'll put it in my.
I just, you know why? In my mind now, his foot is in his sweaty shoe.
Oh, okay.
Is it sweating? Okay.
I'm not nervous or anything. Feet are not.
Yeah.
fine.
So I'm going to ask you some because we've never met before.
Yeah. I don't think we have.
We haven't. The one time I saw you though was many years ago. I was walking down Melrose, and you were sitting in a car outside of the Improv, but you weren't doing. I don't know if you were doing a show or not, but I remember walking by, looking at you. You seemed very happy. I was gonna knock on the window, but I didn't want to be that guy. You know what I mean? I was also, no one knew who I was back then. But that's the only time I've physically seen you. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna ask you some basic questions for my audience.
Yeah.
Okay. Who came up with the carrot top? I got it out.
Oh, you didn't want to
No.
ask that?
I didn't want to ask it because it's like, because I don't know the information. It's like, maybe most people know, but it's like, I want to know.
I honestly I was starting out doing comedy. I didn't even have an act yet. I had no jokes, and I was in my class drawing something for a marketing class. I drew logos for these things I was supposed to work, and then for some reason, I drew a carrot and a carrot holding a microphone, and I said carrot top or something, and I made the logo, and my friend said, "What's that?" I said, "It's for my comedy career." He says, "You're a comic?" I said, "No, but when I become a comic, I have the logo. The hard part's over.
Yeah.
I've got the logo." And
What's so funny?
I went on stage and I just said to the guy to bring me up, "Can you bring me up as Carrot Top?" And he's like, "A Carrot Top?"
Yeah.
And I had this big red wig on. And when I went, my hair was this big red, and I had this red wig to cover it. So when they brought me up, I said, "Hey, yeah," and everybody laughed, and I said, "It's not that funny." And then it was, so then it made kind of a bit. But people, if you look up at people say that I got it from my swimming coach. I'm like, I don't think I ever remember my swimming coach saying, "I want to call him Carrot Top."
Yeah.
I only got into swimming so I could shave my legs. So,
Really?
yeah.
You're potato bottom.
Potato bottom.
Potato bottom.
You're fudge top.
You're fudge. Yeah, fudge middle, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you're fudge middle.
Jesus.
Yeah. But that's what you are, dude.
And
Yeah.
your rice cake? No.
No, I don't think it works. It's got to be a body part. So you come up with something else.
Yeah, cotton top. If you had white hair, maybe
yeah.
cotton top. Well, it doesn't have to be a vegetable. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't think that if you can't. You have to think that long. The joke's over.
Damn it.
I know.
My carrot.
Yeah. So then, did you start at clubs?
Yeah.
Where?
In Florida?
What part? Let me guess.
So-
Let me guess.
Tallahassee.
What?
Wait, Tallahassee's not Florida, right?
Yeah, Tallahassee.
It is. Yeah.
I started South Florida.
South Florida.
South West Palm Beach.
Oh, West Palm.
Fort
Yeah.
Lauderdale.
Wow.
Miami. Yeah.
None of the improvs were there back then.
No, there were comedy corners. It was called the Comedy Corner.
Yeah. The worst is the
But there were Catch a Rising Star.
Really?
Yeah.
The worst one was the old Miami Improv.
Yeah.
They have that
was the-
pillar in the middle or
Yeah,
something in the
yep.
middle of the room. Oh my God, that was a devastating room for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did all the clubs.
Wow.
Then we got into colleges, and that was just kind of like, it just was amazing. That's where it really took off. I just
Yeah.
started doing, I would. But the weird thing was, I would do like a cafeteria in the morning at a college, University of whatever, South Alabama, in their cafeteria, and then at night I would do University of Alabama in their stadium. So it was how crazy is that? So
Wow.
you're playing a cafeteria where people were eating and not giving a shit, and that night you're a star in a big arena.
Wow.
So it was so weird to go.
I never had
you're
a
rock
one-
star, and then
yeah.
then you're working a fucking library. So yeah.
I've never had one good college show ever where I walked off and go, oh, that was great.
Well, it was years ago, and I think a lot of things have changed with that. Because when
Yeah.
I was playing college, that's what they wanted. But they wanted the irreverence. They wanted my plate for bulimics. They wanted a bong. It'd be a lamp that look. It was a bong that was a lamp, so you could, when they had parents' weekend, you could put hide your bong by putting a lamp. It was all this college material.
Yeah.
And they'd howl up. But now I would never go to play a college.
Oh my God, it would have been, right? I think it'd be tough.
Yeah,
It'd be depressing.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe but it was a different time.
Yeah.
People enjoyed everything back then.
I'm not even lying, a stage the size of this fucking keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
Is that you?
Yeah, this is someone on Reddit that posted, this is Carrot Top playing at my college.
Wow.
Wow, dude.
Jesus. Who's the chick on the right?
She's beautiful.
Beautiful. No, the other one. The girl. That's my right.
Oh yeah,
That was my right.
Well, I was saying the right was
Yeah.
that lady's beautiful. Right.
That's when I had my Jesus Christ.
Do you remember what college? You probably don't. No, that's a stupid question.
No, but I fucked her. You can see it. You can see it. You can see in the.
When I was in Mission Impossible last night, some black dude walks in front of me, and goes,
Wow.
"Do you remember me?" What?
Oh, he's still looking at the
Dude?
picture.
Yeah. He goes,
Maybe just a dude.
He goes,
What
"Do
is
you
it?
remember me?" And I go, "What?" He goes, "Renaissance Fair." And I'm like, "Yeah." I said hi to you. Like, how the fuck would I remember you, bro? It's crazy. A part of it was gonna go, "Oh yeah, you're that black guy."
Oh yeah. I don't say hi to a lot of black people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people think that we remember, like,
Oh yeah, they
take
do
a
that.
photo.
Oh yeah, they always do.
Yeah.
They always do that. You remember when we became 10 years? I'm like, yeah. No, you don't. Here's the. I said, I still don't remember.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I still don't remember that.
Yeah, because they'll come back 10 years later from like at a club that you were once at.
Yeah.
And they go, "I was here 10 years ago."
Here's your baby.
Yeah. I've only done that twice in my life.
What?
Going to a comedy club, meeting a lady, and then hooking up. I never
Yeah?
did a lot of that.
I guess back in the day, that was it. I was bad.
You were, yeah, but
And I was Carrot Top. All the comics were like, "What the? How does Carrot Top getting?" I'd get the hottest, the hottest.
I know.
And people, I mean, back in the day, that's all people were talking about. Like, dude, Carrot Top's like,
That surprised me.
Is the dude. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. I said they'd like my, I don't know, but they were. Even the club owners like.
But I think you can close faster than me.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. I don't have the gift of gab. I can open, but I can't close. I can go hello, right? But I can't go goodbye.
What's your typical close that you've tried in the past?
I'll do this. Do you want to go up to my hotel room and play chess?
Nice. With Louis CK, we're gonna have fun.
What?
He said with Louis.
We're just gonna. It's a fun game.
These chess pieces are sticky.
Yeah.
No, so I'll go. Hey, you want to go up and wrestle? I had to make a fun.
I think I know how. Why and no. Yeah.
no. Hold on.
I think we all know.
No. What I'm saying is, I'm trying to make it so it's like, oh, he's being funny.
And what's your opening then? Your closing is, hey, I want to wrestle.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
No, not just hi. No, I'll say something like arbitrary or something like, God, I love your shoulder blades.
Nice.
That's a good. That's
You know what I mean?
yeah.
To get a little giggle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your face,
really?
not so much. But your shoulder blades. And then at the end, I'll go, you want to go out and wrestle? Do you want to, I'll sometimes go, you want to cuddle? Upstairs and cuddle? But how do you say you want to go upstairs and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it.
Try that.
What do you say as a
I just
closer?
say you want to.
I'm a girl, okay.
I'll say-
Hi, I love your show.
Well, thank you.
Can I call you Scott?
Sure. Yeah.
Why?
What's that?
Is it why? Oh, your mom calls you Scott?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll just call you Carrot Top. then. Mr. Top.
Don't call
Can
me
I call you
that,
Mr.
though.
Top?
Yeah, don't call me Mr. Top.
Okay, yeah. All right. Anyway,
You have an Uber picking you up soon?
no, but
I'm already annoyed with you.
Yeah, no. Anyway, so I really, I've just been a big fan. So
Thank you.
And I just, what are you doing?
I was going to go up and watch my own special on HBO. Jerk off to it. Would you like to come see it? It's really funny.
Yeah, that's what you would say.
No.
How would you get
That
around
was great. I was on a plane just last week, and I was watching something, and the guy next to me was like 90, and he kept looking over at me because I was laughing at this Instagram thing, and he said, I don't want to bother you, but man, something's really making you laugh. Do you mind sharing with me what you're watching?
Yeah.
I don't have a phone. I'm 90, so I said, yeah, and I showed him, and he's like, oh, man. And he says, is that like a joke in your show? And I'm like, why would I be watching a joke on like I'm watching me on the plane, like watching Carrot Top. Have you seen him? It's fucking great. So
he knew who you were.
yeah, because he said, is that a joke in your show? I said, yeah, no,
Do you get? I can't imagine being you because I mean, I guess. Well, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever used a prop to like pick up a girl?
no. I don't, I mean, that Pringles can might come in handy later. I haven't yet, no.
Yeah.
No, I don't walk around with props ever. Nah.
Shut
Walking
the
a bar. No, it's a good question.
No, it's not.
Would you ever pick
Fuck
up
up.
Like prop in a pocket?
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I've done shows where people have walked up after me doing a prop and said, that's really clever. And that made me laugh. How did you think of it? And that might get them wanting to talk to me.
Right.
I don't think I ever walked up and just,
Do you know Willie Tyler?
Yes. And Lester?
No, I don't know Lester. I know Willie
I know
Tyler.
Lester
Yeah.
better than Willie Tyler.
Really? You know who they are? Legends.
Yeah, legend for sure.
Yeah. If you go to any ventriloquist, convention, Willie Tyler, there'll be a section dedicated to Willie Tyler.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a nice man.
Oh, he's great. He's
Yeah.
been doing it for thousands of years.
Thousands of
really?
years.
Honestly.
Yeah, there he is.
There he is.
Yeah. So Lester is the.
Adam Sandler looks like shit.
I know. Yeah. Lester looks better than Adam Sandler.
Wait, is that? No, that's Lester. That's, yeah.
Yeah. That's Lester. Well, you think that was Michael Jackson in the middle? Yeah. But so he told me a story once. I opened for him. This is in the 90s. He's like, oh, and he told me a story about how he used to put Lester on the, like, when he's hooking up with women in the hotel room. Mm-hmm. And sometimes the request is put Lester out in the bed, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That kind of just turned me on a little bit.
Yeah.
Just have him watch.
But
He's just gonna watch.
Yeah, he's so.
And he can watch. That guy's seen some shit. Look at that. Look at his eyes.
I know. I know. But what a kind man.
Yes,
you know what I
very
mean?
kind and legend. Been doing it for thousands of years.
See, I always play homage to the greats from before. I'm tired of these young comics that don't know shit. They don't know what came before them. You know what I mean? It's just like I've always been a historian of comic. I could run into Alan Stevens, know who he is. Even the old, like, David Tyree. These old. You know what I mean? Like I
knew
know,
Stevens guy. You said, but not.
Yeah. But I just, I always just know who people are because I'm just a huge fan of, and it doesn't even have to like, I hate these young guys like, well, I don't know how they made it or whatever. It's like, do you know how hard it? You know how hard it is. They made it because there's something about them that connects with an audience. You know what I mean? Which is and they're dynamic in some sort of way, and it's like, these younger comics, they just have no respect. You know what I mean?
Okay.
God, you make me cry now.
Yeah. Don't you? I mean, Pug, that doesn't bother you.
No.
God, that just fell into a fucking hole.
Yeah. No.
And I was just like, how do I get out of this hole? You know what I mean? Well, how do you get out of that hole? There's nothing. I shouldn't have gone down that trail.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
I think you were fine.
Well, I mean, young comics. You're talking about young comics that don't.
It's okay. We let
they
it
don't.
go. Let's let it go.
Because if they're not successful or successful yet, with that kind of attitude, it won't be.
Well, how long do you give a young comic to like? Is there a certain point where you go, it's been a while?
That's a great question because I think you're born with it. I mean, I think that you were, yeah. I think that you're literally like you have it right away.
Yeah.
I don't think that you go to a comedy class and they teach you timing and they teach you how to pause and they teach you how to be. You're just funny. I was never. I just was never told a joke in my life. But I listened to my father, who was a great joke teller, and I would watch Carlin and the Tonight Show with Johnny Carlin, and he just had that timing, and you kind of learned it from watching it. But then you would go up there. I don't think when they have comedy classes, I think you can tell. I just did a show called Kill Tony, and probably you're very familiar.
Yeah, I've done it. Yeah.
They bring all the comics up, and within less than a second, you can already tell. Like you just said, the it.
Yeah.
The second they walk, they have a demeanor, a look at their eye, their hip, how they hold the mic.
Yeah.
Right away, or they're like, they're not funny. I just can tell right away.
But how, would you ever tell a comic? Let's say I'm a guy that's been doing comedy for 15 years, and I don't have a credit to my name.
Yeah.
I'm still featuring or opening. You know what I mean? What would you say to this person?
I don't think you'd have to. I think he knows he eats shit. He needs to probably get out of the business.
See, that's the thing. Some people don't know.
Well, he knows.
No, because
He knows.
No, I'll tell you because I had this. I don't want to say.
Yeah, I'm still working, Caroline's on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I used to I lived in an apartment building, and I love this guy. I can't say his name because I don't want him to be sad. But he used to come over to my apartment and go, because he was a stand-up, and he would go, listen, and I would tell him a joke, and you would hear barely a laugh.
Oh, well, he would tell you.
He'd play me a set.
play me. Oh.
And he goes, I'm killing. And I want to look at him and go, you're not. It's not good. Like you could barely hear a laugh.
Yeah, I just lie and say that's great.
Why?
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, because
no comics ask me for anything.
What do you mean?
Well, like that. I mean, I don't think and the Kill Tony was a good example because that every comic that came out was like, wow, Carrot Top. They were very nice to me.
Yeah.
And there was one particular that came out, and I didn't mess with them because I've been messed with my whole career. So I let them do. They only get a minute, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't give them grief. I just at the very end, it was a short black guy, and he came out, and his first joke was the microphone. He takes the mic out,
I saw
and
that.
sticks and puts the stand back and starts going to his thing. So I'm automatically wrote down a note. And when he got done, he says, Tony's immediately like, that fucking sucked.
Yeah.
And he said, but Carrot, you got something for him? I said, actually, I have it's not a criticism.
Yeah.
It's more of just an idea, maybe. I think the crowd, and I said to the crowd, I think we all at the same time, right when you walked out, you're so small, and you grabbed the mic out of the stand, and you put the mic stand back.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to just say something like, this is already not going well. Something.
It's something.
And he goes, oh, but see, that would be a prop. I said, maybe. I said,
Did that get a laugh?
yeah. I said, kudos to you. It is, but it's the prop that's already there. You didn't bring it, but it's the prop everybody uses. So you don't have to do the whole thing and make it into a guitar, use the prop. But if it's something just obvious, you wouldn't have to do it over and over. Like Louis Anderson would do that. He'd walk out with the mic and he'd go, oh my God, can you see me? I mean, but it was funny.
Yeah.
Because he's behind, you can't see him behind can you see me behind the microphone?
Yeah.
But it was instantly, you wanted that, I thought the guy was going to do that. Like he couldn't get it out and they'd say, all right, this is already not going well. So a guy walks in the bar.
That's funny.
Anything.
I think it would have done well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a whore. I'll do anything for a laugh.
Yeah.
On stage, it's all about survival for me, baby. You know what I mean? I'll do all of that. You know what I mean? I'll I have lines when the mic detaches from the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The microphone. You know what I mean? Every scenario. You know
It's
what I mean?
good. You have to be.
You have to survive.
You have to. Yeah.
Yeah, so like Ramsey opened for me in Long Beach. His last bit, the mic came off, and this is what he did. He went, right, and to me, I was back. It was 3,000 people, and I was like, do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he just put the thing, and he struggled to do it too.
Yeah. And you hear it. You hear it.
Yeah.
Fucking.
It's the three prongs.
Yeah.
You have to line them up sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Right,
Jesus.
and click, right? And he just put the mic back on the stage and walk off stage. And I was like, you have to have something there, right?
Yes, indeed.
Right.
You have to be prepared for
You have to
anything.
prepare for anybody.
everything.
Yeah.
Anything. There would be a comedy club that we always play. I'd always play in Nashville, and the back wall had an outlet, but it didn't have it was a plate. There was no outlet. It was just an outlet with a plate cover. So I would always walk up and say, what is it? As an outlet for an Amish Amish, but it would kill every night.
Yeah.
And the club owner's like, no one's ever mentioned that outlet. I said, you can't miss it. It's the backdrop of the whole club.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you always had to be prepared for something, anything. That's part of your
survive.
job.
It's about survival. Do you have little quips like that on stage now or no?
Like if that happened to me,
Yeah.
I don't even sound like that. But like if that happened,
You actually do.
You did when you said
I don't know. Maybe if
The mic comes off. What do you do?
oh she's yeah.
Wait, they can't hear you because you haven't put the mic back in.
So he just do that to himself.
So everyone sees it.
I'll yell it out. I don't know. It's never happened to me.
That's never happened before.
Oh, if the microphone goes out, you mean?
No.
the
That's another one.
Yeah.
I was at Stand Up Live, and is it Stand Up Live? It was one. I don't know if it was that, but it was the mic completely clicked out for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
What would you do?
If the mic clipped out, I would just I don't know, do a little dance or
Oh, do a 5 minute dance.
5 minutes.
it was 5 minutes.
Imagine them dancing for 5
It
whole
should
minutes.
be fixed in a minute.
Yeah.
Fuck
Wow.
is this guy doing?
I don't think you could dance for 1 minute.
I had to dance for 2 minutes.
Okay.
And slow dance, slow dance.
Yeah. Another thing that happened in Houston. Were you in Houston,
I was in Houston.
Gilbert?
No. But
Were you at the
remember-
show when the guy fell down? So in the middle of my show, the guy stood up and just passed out. He was like 350 pounds. Were you there? Yeah. And then I couldn't ignore it. Because like the whole section got up and they're trying to help him up. This is like 30 minutes, right? And you have to figure it out.
Yeah, 'cause
I didn't
it's
even know,
so-
what did I do? I just stopped and went, hey man, are you okay? Like being real. I didn't make a
Oh
joke
yeah,
out
they
of
bring in like medics and shit.
Yeah.
You still have to sit there and go, all right, we're just filming a ER.
it. Yeah. Has that
All
happened to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happens all the time in Vegas. They and it's right in the front row usually. I'm like, oh fuck.
Wow.
And they have medics and police and yeah.
Have you not been able to get him?
And we just play on some. My sound guy will play some kind of emergency song or something.
Oh, right.
And then I'll just I don't know. Yeah, sometimes. But the microphone going out. One time I got lucky being the prop guy. Is the mic went out and I had a megaphone for some other prop and I dug it out of the bottom of the. I said, "Where's my fucking megaphone?" And I pulled it out and I was like, "All right." And I did the rest like 5-10 minutes with the megaphone. But luckily I had the goddamn.
Yeah.
So by that, the prop saved me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have? Are you prepared for all those?
Bring a megaphone every show.
Yeah. Bring a megaphone. Yeah.
Like what the just in case.
Yeah.
And a guitar.
Have you ever had a situation where somebody climbed up on stage?
Oh yeah.
What do you do?
I do nothing. I just go hi. I mean,
Really?
Yeah.
That's my opener for women.
Well, this guy.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Yeah. Wow.
No, it happens a lot. They just come on stage, and my security's sleep. So it could be 10
Is
minutes.
it him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can literally stand there and know everything about the person before they finally come out and drag them off.
Wow.
And they always are just like, oh my God, I love you. Fucking, I hug you. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're like, shit, man, I loved you forever. I'm like, right on. So I'm a little busy right now.
Yeah.
We can do this later, man.
Why are you laughing?
No, it's because he asked you if that was your security guard, and he does look like a security guard, and he's like old and
He's old.
What?
Kick
Wait.
your ass after
He
this.
could crush your skull.
exactly. But he
This
said-
man could, with one hand, just crush your skull.
is that your security guard?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, I was making a joke.
and that's funny.
I could,
Prop. Yeah.
I was in Vegas, and speaking of having to crush your skull, but not knowing. I'm at this bar, really, it's honestly like a nightclub, and they came over and they said,
sorry.
"Can Mike Tyson sit at your table?" And I was like, "Sure." Like,
Yeah.
So we had all these, they do the liquor service and the bar. There's a bottle of Crown and da vodka, whatever. And he sits down, and this guy walks over and says, "Don't give him anything if he asks." Right? So I said, "Okay." So
Like
I'm
alcohol?
not even, yeah. So I'm just sitting there, and first thing he leans over, he says, "What are you drinking?" And I said, Crown. He goes, can you get me a Crown? I said, oh man, I was just told I'm not supposed to give you anything. He's like, well, I'm telling you to give me something. I'm not gonna. So I said, but your guy, fuck my guy, I'm gonna have a Crown. So I poured him a Crown. I kind of like put it back like it was mine. I kinda did one behind the thing.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
him to sneak it.
Wow.
And he like slammed it, put it down, and then he's I want another one. So I was like, dude,
Oh, my God.
we can't do many more because I think this is right after all he's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
So I think I gave him 2 or 3 shots, and finally I was like, Dad, I said, Mike, we got to stop. And these kids come walking by right here, right in front of the table.
Yeah.
And they're like, Champ, what happened? You're a fat fuck. And I literally was like, he's like, he moved as you would never imagine him move.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Over the bottles of the table.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like holding on to his leg like, Mike. And he finally, I'm motherfucking not. And I said to the kids, I said, this guy can literally kill you, like literally, and would right now. He has no, he's not even allowed to have crown. He's going to kill.
Yeah.
And so they finally gave him over, and I said, Mike, and the guy said, did you give me? I said, I didn't give him anything. These kids, though, who would do that, right? When you walk
suicide.
up to someone you don't know and say, hey, you what happened, champ, huh? You fucking fat, and like, they're dead. He just would have
There's
just
two
killed
people
them.
you don't do that. Mike Tyson
yeah.
and Steven Seagal.
Yeah, right, and Steven Seagal. You could outrun Steven
I
Seagal.
know.
yeah.
I was kidding. Yeah. Mike is.
You don't do that. You don't do it.
Wow. Hello.
You don't do it to me.
You don't do it to me. You don't do it to me.
I don't know. What the fuck.
Mine's De Niro.
It just felt like
Robert De Niro.
Yeah. My
It just
fucking
felt
Trump
like
is De Niro.
yours is more De Niro.
Yeah,
He's talking to me.
Yeah. You don't. He's such a nice guy, Mike.
Oh, he's so
He's so sweet.
Even after 3 shots, he was really, really nice.
Yeah. I'll run into him once every 5 years, but he always says hi,
Yeah.
a hug. He's just such
Yeah,
a
he's a great guy.
kind-hearted guy. Yeah. But those kids are dumb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why would you? I don't even, in your mind, this guy is a lethal weapon.
Yeah. Well, Sylvester Stallone would always tell stories about people wanting to beat him up in restaurants and bars. And just so they could say, I beat up Rocky.
Oh,
He's like,
my
I'm
God.
an actor. You know, like,
yeah.
I'm not really fucking Rocky.
Yeah. Who's the most.
People want to beat me up just because I'm Carrot Top. They just want to beat me up for that.
No, listen to me. Fuck off. Yeah. Yeah. So I've always loved you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like-
And who's the most famous person you've met?
Oh, wow.
Because I know.
I mean,
mine.
I've met, yeah.
Everybody. You've met everybody.
I met a lot of people.
But what was a meeting where you were like, I can't believe that?
Well, there was 2. So one was Queen, the band Queen. They came to my show, and I was just,
The whole band.
yeah. And I didn't know what to do. I didn't.
Freddie
know what
was
to
there.
think. Freddie was not there, unfortunately. Freddie's.
Then what's a big deal?
no. But Roger Champ, right? It's true.
Simon and Garfunkel came, but Simon wasn't there.
Simon and
It was just
Garfunkel. And
Garfunkel.
Garfunkel. No, not even Garfunkel.
Yeah,
It was the drummer, but the drummer that used to play in Spitfire.
Yeah.
No, but that was a pretty cool royalty. And
Amazing.
We ended up going to his house in England and having lunch at his house.
wow.
And
Yeah, that's
so I was like, okay, and looking at his drums that have, this is from every, concert, the one to Feed America, whatever it was,
Wow.
Live Aid,
Yeah.
amazing. The only one, the big star
Isn't that what Freddie got?
that shocked me. Yeah, no,
Put that down.
Put that out.
horrible,
Got to keep that in.
Yeah.
oh, man.
Okay, sorry.
So they'll
Right.
Yeah, and then
I
who
was in
else?
Aspen, walking down the little teeny town of Aspen, and it was like 7 in the morning. It was like dusk, and I had gone to a gym to work out because we all wanted to go skiing. So I said, I'm going to go early. There's a little gym. So I go. I'm walking, and there's no one on the streets. I just see this guy coming at me.
Let me
literally.
guess. Danny DeVito.
Nice.
Okay.
Close.
Okay, good.
And he says, Topper. And I was like, oh my God. I didn't know what to do, right? It's Jack Nicholson.
Oh,
But I'm like,
shit.
he says, Topper. And I was like, Jack. And he says, the fuck are you doing out here now? I said, of course you went to a gym. Look at you. You're not even sweating. I just walked from see that building right there? I just walked from there. I'm fucking sweating because I'm an old fuck. Swear to God. He kept saying he's old. Kept saying it old. Then he finally says to me, this is kind of cool. You're a comic. He said, you're so goddamn good. That Jay Leno can fuck himself. And I said, no. Jay's like one of my biggest fans. Jay books me on the show like every week I do Jay. He goes, no, but he never lets you talk. He always makes you do your shit. And then he's like, thanks, Karen. He never lets you tell a story.
Yeah.
Fuck him. And I just thought that was interesting because he would notice that, because I would always beg for that with Jay. I said, when I get done with the set, can I sit over and tell a story about my dad or something, or growing up in comedy? No, man, you did with the prompt,
Wow.
But yeah, it was a great,
that's a huge
Jack
one.
Nicholson. And he was so cool.
Wow.
And I just thought, and it was before he had cell phones. You couldn't call like, I'm talking to Jack Nicholson.
I mean, just even the thought that he knew your act and knew who you
No,
were.
I literally.
I mean, it would be like, how does he know? Oh,
No,
wow.
and he knew that tonight. He said, I watched that shit, and he knew it.
Yeah. any famous person I know, they don't know who I am. Yeah, ever. They're like, you want an autograph or a photo? No, I'm in the movie with you. You know what I mean? We're doing a scene right now.
I'm in the
You know what I mean? I mean, it's like they don't know who the fuck. There have been times where the next day I have a scene with them, and they still don't. I'm not kidding you.
That's correct.
Like, are you here? I go, no. Remember yesterday that scene, right, where I came in and we had. Oh yeah, she goes, oh.
That's great.
No, it's not.
No, I mean, great.
You go to your hotel room.
Yeah, fine.
You know what I mean?
It happens, I think, yeah. But I did a movie with Betty White, and it's pretty big, right? I walk into she was on the Tonight Show. I was on there, and I walked back to the makeup area, and I said, I don't want to bother, So I said, Betty, I don't want to bother you, but I just wanted to say hi. And she goes, oh, hi. And I said, remember that movie we did together? And she says, we were in a movie together? And I said, yeah. And she said, oh, that must have not gone well.
Wow.
I said, no, it was Dennis the Menace. It did great. Remember Don Rickles was in it? And she's like, I never been in a movie with Don Rickles. Like,
was she 99 then? Like,
yeah, no, yes.
Oh, she was old.
But she said,
Yeah.
I wasn't ever in a movie with Don Rickles. So like, we both were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I did Sex in the City, the 5 episode, did I actually say that? We were on set, and she kept going, can you get me this? I was like, right. And then she's like, are you hair or makeup? I go, no. She thought I was just help.
Yeah.
Like every craft service.
Right.
Everything.
Can you fill up the jelly beans?
Yeah. But then finally we were in, they were blocking, right? And I'm having lines with her, and she's like, you're an actor? And I go, yeah, because I guess she's never seen a fat, back then I was so fat, like a fat, big-headed Korean dude. You know what I mean?
But you make such great coffee. I can't believe you're an actor.
Yeah. But it was
What was her name? Yeah.
Candace Bergen.
Candace Bergen, yeah.
How do you remember?
She looked up old people on IMDb.
I know, but dude, I just,
See,
I gave no hints.
You said a woman.
Yeah.
look at that. You got a good staff. Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow. She had no idea Candace Bergen. She was super nice, though.
Speaking of assistants, my other assistant, but years ago,
That's your assistant?
not my assistant. No, that's my friend. That's my friend Laz. That's actually a homeless guy. I don't know who.
Yeah, how do you know? Wait, how do you know Laz?
Laz and I have known each other about 35 years. It's living out here. Laz is a good dear friend.
Wow.
My friend, you might even know this guy. He was a comic, and we went to Bill Maher's house. I don't name drop him, but this is great because you brought up Candace Bergen.
I've been to his house
So
too, thank you.
we're doing but how am I getting invited to Bill Maher's? He's like, yeah, come to Bill Maher's my house for a birthday. But I get there, everybody is there. I mean, it's like,
I can't imagine.
you know, what I mean, everybody, and I'm like just blown away at Dennis Miller. And my friend who's a comic is with me. And we're going to leave, and he said, no, Jay's coming. I said, oh, fuck, let's say hi to Jay. And
Yeah.
He's like, now I'm doing Bill Maher doing Jay. He's like 5 minutes away. I'm like, oh, Bill.
Yeah.
So we walk down that long driveway all the way down. We're leaving, and here comes Jay walking up the hill, and Florence Henderson stands, and she says, oh my God, hi. And she's talking to Jay, and then she goes, oh my God, hey, Carrot Top. And she loves me. And she hands her wine to my friend Jay. She goes, I'm done with this. Thank you.
Wow.
So it was the same kind of thing. And I was like, oh no,
Wait, how is it possible?
oh, I love you. How you been? I'm done. Thank you. I'm done.
How did she didn't know who Jay Leno was?
No, she knew Jay. She handed it to my friend.
Oh, your
My
friend.
friends, they
my
stand there.
bad. I was
and
like,
she
what
goes,
the fuck is
how
going
have
on?
you been, Carrot Top? I'm done with this. Thank you.
Wow.
And to this day, I'll still say, yeah, can you just hold this? I'm done with this.
That's funny.
It's just like, I'm not a,
Yeah.
I'm here for the party too. Like you said, I'm here for the party.
Yeah. Wow. Is your friend? He wasn't a celebrity or anything like
No.
that. Yeah. Oh, how come you have children?
No.
Nice.
They're in here.
No. Let's talk about a little bit of your personal
Talk
life.
about you. Let's talk about me.
No. Can I? So,
Yeah.
were you ever engaged?
Have I ever been engaged?
Engaged?
No.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Have you ever been close?
No. I am close now.
Oh, right now you're seeing somebody that's.
No, I'm
Yeah.
close.
So
No. I never got. I've had relationships up for like 8 or 9 years, and then it's the weird number. It's like 8, 9 years, and they want to get married, and they want to have a baby, and they want to move on.
and then you get scared.
No, I just tell them. I tell them from day one that I don't, and then they hang
Why?
out because I just don't. I don't know. I've just.
But
been
even
that guy.
now, you don't want an heir.
Yeah.
Where's your money going to go when you die?
To Laz.
Laz, fuck yeah.
Nice
dude.
work, Laz.
Yeah, 30-year commitment. I love it. You know what I mean? So you've never wanted a family or anything like that?
No, you kind of. I mean, you kind of do. You know.
Yeah.
I have my ex-girlfriend actually has a 5-year-old now, coming on 6. That's basically my kid in a sense. So I almost see her every day.
Right.
Take her to lunch, to teach her manners, and do what
Yeah,
a
yeah,
father would do.
yeah.
How to load a gun. You know.
Yeah. Because I'm 53 now, and I've been really thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm 60, so it's like, I'd be like Letterman. You gotta shoot that thing out for soon.
Yeah. Because Steve Martin had one late.
Did he?
Couple, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've never sat there and like, oh my God.
Not in that voice. No.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I wish I had kids right now. Oh, it's like Roseanne. I wish I had a kid right now. What would you do if you had a kid, Karen?
Do you like her? I love her.
Yeah, Roseanne.
Roseanne Barr?
Yeah. You don't like Roseanne?
I love her.
Oh no, I said I love Roseanne. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
No, I love her.
here's what I want to say about her, right? So a lot of people don't like her.
Oh, I love her.
I love her too. But if you know her personally, right? She's so kind.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She'll go out of her way to say hi.
Yep.
She'll say only good things. Like if there's people around, oh, this guy, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's so great. But then you hear, you know what I mean? You go online or, you know what I mean? You run into people that are, you know what I mean? And that's liberal for me.
They're little.
Yeah. I mean, I'm liberal. I'm a Kamala guy.
Okay.
You know?
I never heard of who's that?
Yeah. But you know, they've.
You said camo. We are camo.
Yeah.
We're camo guys.
But it's like people say fucking crazy things. It's like, dude, you don't know her.
No, that's true. It's like with anything, though, isn't it? I mean, honestly, you meet people, and it doesn't even not even celebrities, right? You meet people in general, and you hear horror stories, and you meet them, and you're like, oh, that's such a nice guy.
Yeah, I've done movies and stuff, or a TV thing where I guest star or something, and my agents will even go, you know, be careful with this one, and I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Well, they got a bad rep or this and that, and then you show up, and it's like the opposite.
Right, they're great.
Yeah. It's just all rumors and people. It's just like, so now I just don't listen to people. I just go, I'll see.
Yeah.
Like you.
People say shit about me every day. It's the craziest thing.
What do they say?
I put it in the show. Everything.
What do they say?
Well, everything from, I have a wig on or something. I always said, wouldn't I pick a better wig if I was going to pick a fucking wig first?
Yeah.
Facelift. Would I not look better if I had a facelift?
Yeah.
They're just pissed I'm 60.
Yeah.
And only in LA can you go to a gym and someone's like, hey, there's implants? Yeah, I have calf implants. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
It's only in LA. No one would walk up to someone in Nebraska. Oh, so implants?
People see that. They'll walk up to you and say it?
Yeah, I mean, when I lived in LA and I go to the gym, they'd say, "Man, they're nice," and I don't have nice legs. I have okay legs, but I mean, like
for a redhead,
for a redhead. But like my arms would say, like
you saw Santino, his legs are fucking terrible.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
I did see them. But people make up shit all the time.
Yeah.
And of course, that's why I don't really use it. Or going back to digress to the reading comments, there's no need to. You post something, I can already see what they're going to say. And usually it's dumb things. Like my agent will read me something and say, "Did you see the response?" I said, "No, I don't read that."
Who's your agent?
And he'll read one back and they'll say,
"What agency?"
And they read back, CAA. So they read back and they'll say things like, just incredible. They didn't even get the joke. Like something.
Yeah.
They didn't get the joke.
Yeah.
We did one. It was clever done. We had the whole. I did a joke. I said, being in politics, that's a tough room when you play like the thing, right? Because you one side of the room fucking loves you, and the other side of the room hates your guts, right? It was right when they did the State of the Union. So I said, could you imagine that? That would never work. And imagine being a comic and you're up on the stage, like, and I did this joke, and I had planned it so this whole half of the crowd stood up, and this half stayed down.
Wow.
And it was so funny looking and brilliantly done. And I said, all right, that was weird. Like, how would just half the crowd not get it?
Yeah.
And almost all the comments were like, I don't get it, or I didn't, because they don't follow they didn't get I even said State of the fucking Union.
Right.
If I was, imagine me playing in this state building as a comic, it would never, the people still didn't, why did half of the crowd not get the joke? It was a good joke.
Yeah.
I'm like, no,
What was the joke?
Yeah, I don't remember what the joke was. But
What?
They said the joke was good, but I said something like, you can't. Trying to think of what it was. Something about actually, it was a California thing.
Yeah.
God dang, what is it? No.
It's okay. You don't have to.
Yeah, but it was a good solid just stand up joke. And then, elevators. Like, oh, he's smoking. I said, you can't smoke in. People smoke in Vegas. You can't smoke in California, even in a fire or something. And elevators, you can smoke. And so, and they all and the whole crowd's and then that was the best responses.
Wow.
90% of them were like, that was a good joke. Why didn't the other half laugh? I'm like, never mind. Stop following me.
Yeah.
Please don't be a fan.
Yeah.
Can I actually say something? It's like
No.
people-
Fuck, all right.
Jesus. My bad.
I mean, make it good though.
It's okay. So people tell me things about you. So but if they get to know Bobby, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is people say what?
Yeah. Now you're saying. Now we're just gonna say. Well, what are they saying? What are they saying?
I don't even want to know. That was the
And
most
you said that like Rosie, like people.
that was the most depressing.
It's like
Observation.
when I go out, and people always give me shit about you, but they love.
Yeah.
If they get to know you, Bobby, they
I know.
love you. I love you, Bobby. You know.
Despite everything.
Despite all the stuff people keep telling him, he
People
loves
tell me things, man.
What I'm saying is that. So what you're saying to me is that when you go out into the world, people hate me, and then you're my defender.
He's your defender.
You're my knight in shining armor out
You
there.
said about Rosie, despite
Who's Rosie?
Roseanne.
I mean Roseanne.
Yeah, you don't know her to call her Rosie, dude.
Yeah.
That's insane, dude. Yeah.
Okay, Roseanne.
Yeah.
Despite everything,
Yeah.
she's a good lady.
Yeah. So
that's-
people go out there. So is there a lot of people?
Not like it was like one or two guys that told me like, "Hey, Bobby,"
Yeah.
you know.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm like, nah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is the last podcast you do with me. Yeah. No, I'm kidding. No, don't be sad. We love you. Oh, let's move on.
Okay.
All right. Scott.
Can I ask him a question?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that.
Just do it.
So like in the early 2000s, like whenever Family Guy did that riff on you, did you like that or did you like? Yeah,
It's a good.
Well,
it's a good
really,
question.
It's not a really good question.
No, it
but
is a good question.
It's a little
because-
confrontational.
No, actually, guys.
You have to
No,
be confrontational.
it was interesting because they called me and they said, we want to do this episode with you on Family Guy. Would you like to do the voice for it? I said, of course. Why would I have someone else do my voice?
Yeah.
So it's got to be me.
So you did it.
So there you go. So yeah, I did the voice. But here's the part that interesting for your question. So they sent me the script, and it's funny. I'm in this big castle, and it's funny up until I do this thing that I pull out a pair of glasses with a saw in it, and I was like, it's so bad. Like I said, I don't want to do it. And they said, but it's really funny. And I said, no, it's really not. Like it's a seesaw. It's like what the fuck.
Yeah.
And that's I even do. I look seesaw, get it? And I said, can we do anything else? And of course, McFarlane calls me and says, dude, first of all, everyone loves the line. Secondly, we've already made the animation. So I'm like, that's fucking lie. You just did that on purpose. So I'd say, there it is, seesaw. Look, it's a seesaw. Get it?
Yeah.
And people still this day say, it's fucking seesaw. You brilliant. So I was so mad. I'm like, I hate this fucking thing. And then I go through the airports. People are like, fucking seesaw. I'm like, okay, he was right. Yeah, people still yell seesaw.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, yeah. Sometimes if they're that adamant, if Seth's calling you.
Yeah, and I would consider the source. I'm like, it's Seth MacFarlane. He knows, but I just didn't like the prop for myself. It was just, but it was fun doing it. It was fun.
I don't even get the joke.
Yeah,
What does that mean?
that's good.
It's making fun of other prop comics.
It's
That's
like
the problem with
right.
it.
It's a carrot top.
lot
Right.
more clever.
Right.
Yeah.
I do more inventions kind of thing instead of like a mousetrap for gay mice. It's a mousetrap and a mirror ball so you can catch gay mice. And
It's hilarious.
I think I might have pitched that instead. And he was like, that's brilliant, but we already made the animation. I said,
Right.
no, we can do another one. I have thousands of props. It might have been more. But he wanted to be what you're saying, a play on prop comics, and he wanted to make me look stupid.
Yeah.
Initially that's what it
Wait.
wanted to be.
They say that they already did the animation. Now, when you went in the booth, right? Did they have it on animation, or did they make you do what? Wild.
I don't remember. I think we just did it wild. So they
So they
lied.
lied.
That's what I said. No, I knew going into it they lied.
Because they would because if they already done it right,
Right, then you have to do the
beep,
big
beep,
beep,
beep, beep, and all that stuff, right?
Yep.
So fucking liar,
Seth.
Yeah.
But it was grateful for them to put me on it, and
Of course.
the people to this day they still say, "Man, you were doing sound."
Yeah.
It was great. So
I get so grateful when I get some. I'll walk up to the showrunner or something and go, "Thank you so much for this."
yeah,
I get still excited. You
Yeah.
get excited still?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I can't believe it. You know what I mean? It's so cool. It's
Yeah.
like I'm in a playground and I'm doing something that I never thought I would be able to achieve. When you see redheaded people, do you get excited? Like when I see Koreans, I get a little excited.
yeah.
Yeah, I go, 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요.
Susayo.
Right, and then we'll hug each other. Yeah, 잠깐만요, 잠깐만. You know what I mean? Yeah. When I see white people, it's like, hey.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
people try to hook me up with other redheads. I always think that's funny. They'll say, I have this really hot friend. She's really cute. And I said, oh, and she has red hair too, so it's perfect. I'm like,
Yeah.
what, do you got a breed? I don't think,
yeah.
I don't need to fuck another red. Most redheads don't really.
But when you and Santino met,
Yes.
was there
Yes.
an extra like bond or anything?
Yeah, we did have a little redhead bond.
Yeah.
And he was very, very nice.
Yeah.
Horrible legs, though. You're right.
He has terrible legs, yeah. And he plays golf. It's fucking crazy.
Oh, God.
But like,
Redheads and sun, they shouldn't be. Yeah.
you know that TikTok that happened a month ago saying that redheads were
Oh, I have
black people?
I have a great bit in the show about
Okay,
that.
all right. So, do you feel black?
My cock does. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've always said that years ago. I'm telling you seriously, 10, 20 years ago when I was doing comedy, I used to do a line where I'd say something about having a big black cock.
Yeah.
And my crew remembers this. And when that TikTok came out,
Yeah.
they're like, it was almost like, what the? Because
Yeah.
and it would always be a joke. And then I'd say, why do I have a big? Now I've gone back to the old bit.
Yeah.
But now I show it on the show.
Your penis?
And no,
Oh, okay.
the clip of the TikTok. If you're red hair and you're a man, you're a black man. Then I just pause and look at the crowd, and then I look in my pants like that, and I go, all right. And then everybody laughs, and I said, for years I've asked that question. When I was a kid.
Yeah.
I say, Mommy, why do I have a big black dick? And she says, you're blessed. And I'd say, oh, kids are asking.
Wait, have you seen his penis?
No, he probably, yes.
No, but look at me right now. Have you
He's
seen
been enough
Scott's penis?
Enough backstage. It's probably
You have?
that backstage.
Is it
show.
girthy?
Oh, very girthy.
It's awesome. Yeah, I already imagine it is.
I have a very girthy dick.
Okay, dude.
It's redheads have big.
So you think Andrew has one?
No, he doesn't though. No.
Yeah.
You know how you can tell?
I don't think
you know
so.
I can tell with like another Korean, like, man, no, I
Yeah.
can tell with another redhead.
Yeah.
Some redheads, I just look at it and I go, I can tell.
I don't like his butthole either.
No, not so much.
No, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because the cheeks are white, pale white like Kate Blanchett's, right?
Okay.
But when you get more toward the whole area, it turns redder. It's more pinker around the whole area.
How close have you gotten
how
to
close?
Oh, I've seen like the fallopian tubes.
Wow.
If he has them.
Only because you were like, it was surgery, right? You were helping him with
No. I was just like, what's going on?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
I do this to all my friends. I just want to see your asshole.
He's my best friend.
Well, if it's your best friend,
Yeah.
then it's okay.
30 years, he's seen your girth.
Yeah, but backstage, I just walk around naked because I don't care.
Yeah, it's your backstage.
People
dude.
always say,
Yeah.
I always say, put on some pants. I'm
Yeah.
fucking not putting on pants.
Well, you were blessed with talent and that. That's not fair.
Red hair and a big dick.
Yeah.
And blue eyes, very, very
Yeah.
special.
Oh, you do have blue eyes.
Yeah, it's a
incredible.
rarity.
Yeah.
Very rare.
Can we talk about your eyeliner real quick?
My island?
Eyeliner.
Oh, I think it's island.
Because I used to do it too. Eyeliner. Is it tattooed on?
No, it's just no.
Yeah. Because my mom got it tattooed.
Yeah.
Yeah. On.
No, I just put it on.
Yeah. I like it.
Well, I
too.
got in show business. I mean,
Yeah.
That my nephew said that one day at a mall. It was pretty funny. They're about 8 years old, about 10 years little shits, and I took him to get pizza.
Yeah.
And his kids were all his friends were all looking at me, and one of his friends says, "Why does your uncle wear makeup?" And my nephew says, "He's in show business." And I thought it was so fucking genius. I said,
Yeah.
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 Why does he wear women's panties? I'm in show business. We've talked.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. What?
You're allowed to do anything. Show business, you get away with
Yeah.
anything. It's all right, he's in show business. He
Yeah.
killed a guy. He's in show business. It's okay.
I think you and I are the same type of comic.
Yeah?
He said it like
disturbed,
Why did you
depressed.
say it like that? I'm trying to
Yeah.
bond with you. Like, yeah.
No, I feel like we have a. When you walked up to meet me outside, it was very warm, nice right away, like we had known each other for years.
Yeah, because it's like I've always wanted to meet you, and it's like I think that's the proper way to greet somebody like you.
Oh, it was very sweet.
It's-
You could have sent one of these guys out together.
No. I don't do that because it's like when if like Rob, like I've done podcasts with Rob Lowe or whatever, and he'll greet me. You know what I mean? It's just a kind thing. Some people I don't greet
yeah.
because I don't know and I don't care. Like he'll book stuff. People are like,
Now you got to
I
roll
don't-
back and see some of the former
No,
episodes of who we can pick who it was that he
We
did.
met you outside. We still like.
No. Here's the thing.
We'll be out in a minute.
Sometimes he'll book somebody. I'm not aware of their work.
Right.
But then once I meet them when we do this podcast, then I feel guilty because I'm like, this guy's great. You know.
Yeah.
So every guest we've had is great, and you know what I mean. And I'm so grateful for it. Right, but it's like, well, you know what today's episode is? I'm digging myself.
I was going to say,
Yeah, we're all like, why are you doing this?
I'm digging myself little holes. That I have to
he's had a few, hadn't he?
yeah. These are little holes I'm trying to dig out of. I know that you have a flight to take. You're going back to Vegas
Florida.
to do gigs.
No, just to vacation.
You live there
Yeah.
in Florida. Well, I thought you lived in
Florida,
Vegas.
I live in both.
Oh yeah.
I go back from Florida to Vegas every like a week, a month. Off.
So you have a what do you have in Vegas? A condo or a house?
I have a house.
Okay. Excuse me. Sorry.
I have a house.
And then in Florida, where do you live? I mean, in general.
Way bigger house. Way bigger house.
Way bigger house. Way
On the
bigger
water,
house.
baby. On the water.
So you live in either South or North Florida.
I live in central Orlando.
Orlando.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's
Winter
nice.
Park. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, really nice.
All lakes. The water just covers their whole.
It's also just beautiful. A lot of trees and
Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So you live there. So you spend half your time there, half your time.
No, most of the time Vegas. I only get 10, 12 weeks off a year.
Wow.
So I do 240 shows a year in Vegas, and then the
you
other time
stop?
I'm doing drugs at home
need-
in Florida.
No, but you've never thought about stopping?
No, I don't know how to do anything else. What am I going to do? You know, I love doing this.
Yeah.
I had a show last night. It was the most fun. It was after a 3-week run. It was like that was the most energy the whole week. Was that
Wow.
show.
Yeah, it's so much fun. Yeah, it is. I can't.
I always
you're-
tell people the only job I could probably do is guess people's weight at the fair. You know, you can't really fuck that up, right? You just
the fuck
you just
up.
sit there and
It's so funny.
you sit in a lawn chair and they bring people in.
Yeah.
You just kind of look them over.
Yeah.
And you're like, 290. And you're like, nope. I'm like, fuck. All right, bring the next one.
Yeah. You can.
172. Fuck, how was work? Not good. Not good.
Can you walk into a mall?
They're talking about canceling me. Walk into a mall?
Yeah. I mean, you get recognized a lot.
Oh, and yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
What?
Yeah, he just opened the door.
I'm fucked in a lineup.
He just opened the door.
Oh, he says, can you walk in a mall? Yeah, he just opened the door.
Damn.
Literal. He's a
You're
literal.
so funny.
It's a literalist.
You're.
He's on one today. He's like,
elevated to a
snappy.
level where I don't even get it.
I like it.
Wow.
So can you still get on elevators? Well, yeah, you just hold the button and then you still do it.
Yeah, your material
Yeah,
is so evolved. Yeah.
But no, going back to quitting and retiring and all that, it's like I honestly love what I do, and I'm at the stage of it where it's more fun because I think I've not figured it out, but figured me out. Like I know how to write and I know how to put the show together more, and I'm in more of a rhythm than I was when I was younger, where I was more just bouncing around trying to figure out, how to do it. So I think now I feel like I kind of have a sense of. Your table has a glory hole in it, by the way.
I know. We have a friend named Carlos, and he likes to use it. You know what I mean? Have you ever used a glory hole?
Have I used one?
Yeah.
That's where we met. I thought we met.
Yeah.
That's why I say you look familiar.
Now, let me ask you something. If I stuck my penis in a glory hole, and you were the one blowing me, and then we went to the hallway, and we figured that out, how would you feel? How would you feel? How would you feel?
If it was good head, I'd be all right.
Yeah.
All right.
No. If I did
Hey,
it to you, yeah, and we walked.
I'll see you tomorrow at work. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Would we laugh? Like
Yeah,
we
yeah.
locked eyes, like ah?
Yeah,
Or would we be like,
you blew me. You fucking.
okay,
I'm not like, wait, I blew you.
yeah.
No, fucking-
I've never used a glory hole, and I don't even know where they are. But Carrot,
He has him on his
Okay.
phone. He has a list of all of them.
Scott,
Scott, yes.
West Hollywood.
thank you so. Did you have fun here?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Have,
Why? Why?
No, I did have fun.
What could I improve?
No, I nothing. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
more of you, and all your whole crew's
They're
funny.
the-
They're
yeah,
great. Makes
they-
it
they
makes it
loved
so
you.
much fun. It makes it so much fun. And appreciate you having
You
me.
want
on.
to plug anything?
Yeah, put that picture of that girl back up there. No,
Yeah. Yeah. You're quick, dude.
Yeah.
So your show's in Vegas.
yeah, Vegas every night.
Where's your residency
at the
at?
Luxor
At the Luxor.
Casino. And yeah, every night, and except Sundays, and then of course when we take our breaks, we go. But yeah, Luxor.
So the next time in
2020
Vegas, could I get backstage or
Yeah.
or we have to buy a ticket?
No, you absolutely come. I'd love
I
to have
can
you.
contact you and then
Yeah.
Are we? And you can say no. Are we at a level where I can have your phone number? or not?
Absolutely.
Be real.
Absolutely.
I don't
I already
text-
have it. It's on the glory hole wall. The glory hole.
Yeah.
I wrote it down.
So I've learned so much about you today. The main thing is the girth, which is I'm gonna have to rattle. It's gonna fuck up my mind for a couple of days, but I think I'll get over it. And then what a nice guy you are.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean-
Likewise, all you guys are. Appreciate you having me.
And
in
so
your,
talented. I want you to have a safe flight.
Yeah.
I want you to have a blessed life. And I want everyone in the room to clap for Scott, aka Carrot Top.
thank you.
Gani ay makabulol Purong kaya madugdugabing bombola Syukumuki ay tuwito Syukuluki muki sa laman Feet ang bukugani ay makabulol Purong kaya madugdugabing bombola Syukumuki ay tuwito
Man, this smells good.
I mean, you got to take care of your autism. You gotta have medication, or you know, what I mean, see a psychotherapist. I don't know what it is, but your brain is really interesting. I saw Mission Impossible last night.
Why did you do that?
What do you mean?
You liked it?
I loved it. It was a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Masterpiece?
Yeah.
You don't like it?
No, I did.
You watched it and did not like it?
I did not like it.
Oh my god, it was a
The
masterpiece.
stunt work, the first part was so long.
The first part was so great.
Bro, I feel like the last good one was the one with Henry Cavill.
This is the best one they've done.
Oh, wow.
Me and my group were like, that was insane. It was so good from beginning to end. I loved every minute of it. When Ving Rhames dies, that's the slow part.
Dude, no one cared.
I did.
'Cause
I
it-
cried.
Oh my God, not cry.
I literally cried. I was like, yeah, when they were at the fence or at the gate. It was flawless.
The Entity.
Yeah.
The entity's been around since the whole thing. The last couple.
I want to watch Karate Kid. Legends.
Okay, we're not doing this.
And
I don't know. I'm still processing.
is it that
Save this stuff for the thing.
Deep?
is it that deep? Jackie Chan
It
and
doesn't feel like a Karate Kid movie.
Okay, we're gonna get your review in a second when we start the thing.
It's like
No, we'll get okay. Cisco, we'll get it.